Well, President Obama has spoken of strength and resilience on the anniversary of these attacks, and there's probably no better example than here in New York City, one tiny little building that stood as everything else around it crumbled. It's not too far from here at Ground Zero, and it's been known in New York as the little church that stood. The bittersweet music echoes out across Ground Zero. And everywhere you look in this tiny chapel, you're reminded of America's darkest hour. When the towers fell, St. Paul's was engulfed in a cloud of debris.
There was chaos. I mean, it was just covered with silt and pieces of the building, even back through here, hung in the trees, those kind of things. Most of the leaves were gone.
But through the collapse and the fires, it stood strong. Just one window cracked.
What protected the church, do you think?
I think the trees, mostly.
From his apartment above, Australian lawyer James Wheeldon photographed it all, from the impact of the second plane to the moment the towers collapsed.
I mean, it sounded like you were lying on the tracks and had a freight train coming over the top of you.
And the heartbreaking search for bodies.
Strange, bizarre, unusual, shocking aren't really words that do justice.
St. Paul's became a home to weary firefighters and a place for grieving New Yorkers to pour out their emotions. 10 years on, the fences of St. Paul's are covered yet again with thousands of individual messages written on white ribbons. Many of them are personal for loved ones who've been lost, but others are messages of hope. This one reads, "When everything else is lost, peace and love remain."
My ribbon's just up here.
What did you write?
I've just said that our thoughts are with all the survivors and all the heroes of 9/11.
Visiting police and firefighters too have left their badges, and in the graveyard a decade ago covered with debris, there's solace for victims' families.
They could imagine that the ashes of their child had somehow gently floated into this churchyard.
Some comfort, perhaps, for those with no body to bury. In New York City, Daniel Sutton, 10 News.